in today's video, I wanted to sort of take it back to more the antique side of the channel rather than just the carpentry stuff and show you my nickel slot machine that I picked up. Now this, from what I understand, is about like 1928, 29 Mills double eagle machine. And it's all original from what I was told, and I believe it. It doesn't look like anything's been restored on it. I picked this up from a guy in Drumheller, and he tells me that it was originally in the Drumheller bar, so that's a little bit of history on it. But everything works as it should. I'll give you a little demo here. Put a nickel in. And I did sort of play with it a little bit. Look at that. First spin and I win 12 nickels. So yeah, the payout is all correct on it. Like if I count them up here, there's 5, 10, and 12. So yeah, that all works. It's got a little card here sort of showing everything. So yeah, it's got the card indicating the payouts for each combination. You can see I got 2 plums and a bar, so that's 12. The other cards on here seem to be all original. And the thing with this, in case you don't know, these are all mints in here because it was considered a candy vending machine, or like a fortune-telling machine. Like, see how it has all those little things that they don't really make any sense. Some of them are kind of funny, but yeah, so that way they could get around the gambling laws back then. So I'll show you. The mint vending portion didn't work when I got it, but I fixed it. So you put your nickel in, spin your thing, and when you put something in the mechanism, when you pull the lever, it allows you to turn the knob, but just once. So then you have to put another coin in, and yeah, you actually have to, but once you pull that lever, then it allows you to get another mint. So yeah, what else can I say about it? It's got the Jackpot. This holds roughly $5, including the 20 nickel payout. So I don't know how much would be in there, $3.50 or something. And then it's got the reserve Jackpot. I could actually artificially trip the Jackpot just to show you how that all works. Maybe I'll do that a little bit later because it is full right now. But there is sort of a finicky issue with the Jackpot. Like it'll trip and everything, but you just have to give the machine a bit of a shake. So I'm not sure if there's something not far ahead enough in the mechanism fully tripping the lever or what's going on there, but it's not a huge deal. It all still sort of works. But I will grab the keys and open up the back. Actually, while I got the machine turned around this way, I'll show you inside the front. Not that there's much to see in here, but that cover just comes off, and then this is how you load the mints, just like that. So yeah, nothing much to see back there, but this thing is very heavy, by the way. I don't know what that key is for, but okay, so the back cover plate comes off like that. Then the bonnet pops off. And then this sort of gives you a closer look at the internals. Now, it probably looks like a lot when you're looking at it like this, but once you sort of get familiar with it, it's actually quite simple. well, I shouldn't say it's simple, but you sort of get to know your way around. If something jams, you can figure out what's wrong with it. I did have the whole reel bundle fall apart on me because whoever was messing around with this before forgot to put a pin down in there, like where the rod goes through. So I was just playing it and it just all collapsed and it was kind of a disaster. But yeah, I got it all fixed. So yeah, there's just a lot of different levers. They all control, like this is the coin detection lever, and yeah, it all sort of connects so the machine knows if there's a coin in there or not. But I guess I'll pull this out first. Hopefully I don't get the jacket now, just because it is so full. So now we can get a better look at the actual mechanism here. So this is what they call the reel bundle, and all these little fingers here correspond to a symbol on there, and that's what determines the payout. And then these little slots here, depending on how many of them open, this is your coin tube, and it'll let that particular amount of coins out. Yeah, and then this is the clock, like just the counter, so it times, where's the piece for what times the, yeah, so there's this bar right here, and every time when that clock moves, it'll bring this piece ahead and it'll trip these feet, and that's what stops the reels. This will engage onto those cogs and it'll stop. And then this is how you adjust the speed of the reels. When I first got it, the reels, there was a lot of tension on these, so they didn't really spin. And they say you don't want them too loose, like to where it slams down, because it could put a lot of strain on here. But any other videos I saw of machines, like the reels did hit a little bit. Like they don't slam down, but before it was so tight they'd kind of barely spin, and then they'd stop, and then they'd finally find their final position, and it just wasn't the way it should have been, in my opinion. So but yeah, I don't know what else I can really say about the mechanism itself. But yeah, then we can look in here, and this bin, that's like a counterfeit coin bucket. So if something other than a nickel comes through here, like if somebody tried to put a penny in or whatever, it would just drop into there. And this is the whole jackpot mechanism. So somehow in the mechanics of this machine, it decides whether it falls into the reserve, the main, or just falls through and goes into the coin bucket, which is just a cardboard box because this machine didn't come with the actual coin bucket, but that's not a huge deal. And then there's just a cylinder in there for compression on the handle. It's just like a gas shock or whatever, just so it springs it back. Yeah, and then just a little bit of a closer look at the escalator. And the reason they'd have these escalators and the coins not just fall through is so, you know, the owner of the casino or the manager or whatever could walk by and sort of look as everybody's playing and make sure they're not playing with, like, you know, electrical cutouts or something. Make sure it's actual nickels that they're playing with. But yeah, so that's sort of a look at the mechanism. Now I guess I'll show you how to artificially set it to the jackpot, and then we'll be able to see that pay out. So to artificially engage the jackpot, you're gonna want a screwdriver or something just to put in there to stop the clock from spinning. And that'll stop the countdown on the reels so they won't engage on their own. So put the coin in, and then I'll just let that free spin, because now it'll never engage. So what that allows me to do is go through and find all the bars and line them up where they should be. Put them just a little bit ahead so it has room to find that gear. Okay, now that I've done that, okay, so now it's set to Jackpot. I pull this out, then the clock starts. Everything lines up. Now it gives me the 20 coins right away, but that didn't dump. So I usually just have to give it a little bit of a shake, and then everything dumps. So now that that has dumped, and I don't know why that doesn't work. I'm not sure if this whole mechanism isn't far enough into the case or whatever, because there's a lever that'll hit the Jackpot, and I don't think it's hitting it hard enough, because when I do it with my hand, it dumps just fine. I lubed everything up, and there's still a bunch in there. There we go. That one, I think it's just a little stuck to the glass. Might have to just tip that back, but that one doesn't want to seem to come unstuck, but I'm not going to play with it too much. So then once you've hit the Jackpot and got your $5 worth of nickels, on the next play, watch what happens. The reserve will all dump into there, and then I won 2 again on that spin. So I've been having good luck today. And then see how that door's open on your next play. That door will close, and you'll start again. It'll start dumping coins sort of at random. Kind of play it until it drops a coin into there. It's probably wanting to feed the coin tube right now, because it would be pretty empty after hitting 20. It doesn't seem to want to go in there. Maybe it's still going into the main. It does seem to be a little less frequently that they fall into the reserve. But the main doesn't have to be full for them to go into the reserve. They'll just kind of fill up evenly, I've found. You just really don't want to go into there. But yeah, anyways, that's the Jackpot. And then of course on my next spin afterwards, one went in there. But sort of a look at the side of the machine. It's got this plaque, just patent numbers or whatever. Pretty nice, sort of like gold leaf painting on there. All the original stickers are in pretty nice shape yet. The other side is basically the same. And then, yeah, there's all sorts of little tags and stuff in here. And then there was something on the back of the door. Just another sort of instruction piece. And then West Coast slots. I think that place is in Vancouver or Victoria or something. I don't know if they're around anymore, but that would have been the last place it was serviced. Now putting it back together just the same way it came apart. So yeah, overall very nice machine. You don't really see too many of these in my area. Like when you go out to BC and like, you know, kind of down into the States there, you definitely see a lot more of them, and Vegas for sure. But yeah, sort of rare to find one out where I live, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. Glad I bought it. I do take it to the saloon in the summer. I don't know what video will go out first, the next saloon build or this video. But I got a whiskey barrel there that I set it on, and yeah, it's just really fun for people to play on, and everybody seems to enjoy it. So yeah, good little conversation piece for sure. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any other suggestions of videos that I could do, sort of feels like I'm kind of running out of ideas, but yeah, if you like these kind of videos with more of the antique side of things, I can definitely do more of those. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.